Ho! 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 Welcome to the world of Mime Over Matter. Here I have a big rubber guy who happens to be a big rubber guy of a big not rubber wrestler. This is Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and we'll put to the side our fellow hoers, our Four Horsemen Studio Santa Claus, and our Mattel Masters of the Universe Thundercats Lion-O. Everyone loves a good ho! Especially this guy right here. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, one of my all time favorite wrestlers growing up, and still to this day, I love Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And here is from Collect Major. They're big rubber guys. These are all of the wrestlers that they have, a lot of the classics, a lot of the people they have on their podcast. And this is a packaging that slides out, slides in. So if you're an inbox collector, you could actually still take it out and play with it and put it back in with no damage to the packaging. So I'm just going to quickly put them back in real quick, and then you just slide it back in, and it's like you never even opened them. It's perfect. I do happen to toss these because I don't want the boxes just sticking around, because I am all about this figure, this big rubber beast, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And of course, he's got his handy dandy 2x4, good for smacking people with, as well as protecting himself. And then here he is. This face sculpt of Hacksaw Jim Duggan is exactly what you want it to be. And the body sculpt, he's muscular. He's got those blue trunks. He's got his 2x4. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Do you see this guy? That is Hacksaw. These are designed after the LJN action figures from back in the day. I guess they're not really action figures because they don't move. He's got a little bit of a scuff on them. But they are just solid pieces of plastic, I guess rubber, probably where they got the name from. And you can move them around. So you could do like the figure fours. You can kind of have them pose. But ultimately, they are a fun play piece and display piece. Now, also from Collect Major are the Major Bendies, who we have our Hacksaw here, because if they're going to put out a Hacksaw figure, of course I'm going to get it, also with his handy dandy 2x4. And these are a smaller scale, also in my opinion based after the LJN figures. Now they're just making the ones that are just larger to the exact scale, which is incredible. And since we have our Hacksaw here, this is, I think the black trunks of this one might be a chase version. I can't recall. I believe the original was also supposed to be blue trunks, but I think I kind of lucked out. From a face sculpt perspective, I love the Major Bendy's little guy, but the face sculpt on the big rubber guys is incredible. Just, they had more material to work with, and they just got the face sculpt perfect. And I do really like the Major Bendy, so here are a few of my other ones. We've got our Danhausen and our Joe Hendry, because we are believers. And so those three, we've got Hacksaw, Danhausen, and Joe Hendry. And of course, now that I've dipped my toe into the big rubber guys, I know I'm probably going to get some more. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is definitely my gateway figure to then getting some more. And because I love Hacksaw so much, I'm going to pull out some of my other Hacksaw figures. So we have our Super 7. These were designed after Muscles back in the day. We've got our Funko Hacksaw Jim Duggan from their mini series. This was a blind box series, and you got to keep getting them until you get your Hacksaw out there. And then the greatest of all time. This is our Hasbro WWE figures from the 90s. This is our Hacksaw. He's got his thumbs up. He also had a 2x4. I do not have that at the moment, but he's got that thumbs up. The big rubber guys has a thumbs up. And that is a trademark look of Hacksaw. And as I mentioned, I'm a huge fan of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I met him a few times at New York Comic Con. Here is 2015. We did not quite see eye to eye, but he's still the friendliest guy in the world. And then we resolved our differences again last year in 2024, almost a decade later. Still the friendliest guy, still the nicest, still one of the all-time greatest wrestlers in my opinion, and greatest action figure source. So there we have big rubber guys, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho!